Alright guys, how's it going? I'm going to be checking out a little game called the Repopulation by Above and Beyond Technologies. It's a science fiction MMO which is heavily skill based, sandbox style. It's not really something that I have done an awful lot of. I've played a lot of MMOs but not the actual sandbox style, so this is going to be quite interesting. So the first thing I'm going to do, like in every other MMO I have ever played, is click on female. Should be pretty obvious why. Yep, I'm one of those guys who would rather play a female. Call her adored. Now the game is sort of in alpha, it says pre-beta, it's maybe 90 to 95% feature complete, so you know, bear that in mind. It's going to be a little bit rough around the edges. You can choose your voices, but the test button's not quite working. Let's just go with cocky, that suits my personality. Right, so you've got two factions, one world, one nation. The original colonists on Rilden, so this Rilden is the name of the planet. A bunch of humans found themselves, I think this is the last surviving humans in the galaxy, something like that. And of course they've just declared war on each other, as you would expect. So there's two factions, this one world, one nation, and this Free People's Republic. So these are like the kind of empire guys, I think, and these are the little oppressed slave guys or whatever. Civil rights type people. I'm going to go with the empire type guys. They believe in one world, one nation. So that kind of suits my beliefs. So I'm going to go with those guys. Everything else looks fine. Right, so slightly surprising. There are actually options for customizing your character. This is normally something that's done pretty late in the day. Now there's about 160 days left on the Kickstarter for this game, so you know, half a year away from release yet. But as you can see, there is some customization there. She's not too bad looking, a bit tall maybe for me. Let's see. Make her a bit shorter. 5'6" is pretty good for a woman, yeah. Thin, voluptuous even. Right, so that makes her a little bit taller as well. Bit more about the hips. Yeah, let's say that's good enough. Fit, heavy, probably not too heavy. I think I want her a little bit shorter still. Right, so there's more customization. Head, let's check out. Right, so you can random faces. This one looks pretty decent though. I don't want to. Alright, I can reset it, so let's check a random face change. Alright, it's not too bad. Be careful though, she doesn't end up with a squint nose or something. She's not bad. Right, here. Now, by the looks of things, there's quite a lot of styles as well. This is just what I do every time I start a new MMO. This could be a video lasting like 2 hours for me just getting my character looking right. It's pretty sad, but yeah, that's what I do. I reckon most of these are probably the same. It's pretty decent here, that one. Yeah, she's not bad looking. Let's have a look at the eyes. Right, so we've got a kind of blue-eyed brunette. Not sure I like the hair now though. Check out the rest of the hairstyles. Right, I think I'm gonna settle on this, but let's have a look at the advanced options. Now there's quite a lot there. Right, so this is really for advanced changes. I'm not going to get into that right now because that's a video all on its own, obviously. But that's pretty impressive. I wasn't expecting, you know, there to be this level of customization at this stage. It's maybe something you expect in a larger MMO or, you know, a AAA title, but yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of stuff you can do with that. just going to continue. Right, so the choice of armour determines your starting equipment and appearance. Lighter armours have a lower energy pool, but regenerate energy more quickly. Right, so energy. And allow you to devote more energy to armour or shields. Heavier armours have a more balanced split of your energy pool. Right, I'm going to go with a light. I'm going to go light all around because... Let's have a look at some of the changes. Very Mass Effect looky about it, yeah. The N7 gear. That's quite a decent level of customisation as well though. That's pretty cool, yeah. It's a nice starter look if you're into the sort of heavy stuff. I'm more of a light type player. I like my stealthy characters. So I'm going to be going for a more kind of light tactical look. Yeah, I hope you can hide the helmet because I prefer to see my character's hair. And you can also change the colours, which is pretty interesting. Yep, full set of light gear, that'll do me for now. Right, that looks like us. So you're on the planet Rildan and you're about to wake up in a cloning facility, I believe. Yep. The clone has awoken. Vital signs are good. Right, so you've got your action bar. It looks like we've got a healthy clone. Right, so it looks identical to any other MMO at the start. At the top left you've got yourself, your character, there's a mini-map at the top right. This looks like a quest log here. This will be all your character sheet and stuff like that, yep. Your action bar and you've got your chat window. Right. Frame rate looks a little bit below 60. Right, we've got some kind of hint box here, which is probably just going to tell you how to do stuff. Welcome to the game database. Right. So I have to speak to the integration officer. Mouse over them and they tell you who they are at the bottom right. So I'm guessing it looks like the yellow is going to be your quest target on the minimap. Pretty smooth animation. Now, I did go into the options and I stuck everything up to maximum, even though my PC is only about mid-range. Very Mass Effect feel to it so far, I would say. Right. So left click selects, right click to speak. Yeah, that was a little bit funny. Right, so I can ask him questions. Intimidate. Right, so it's a skill-based game, so I'm guessing that this is just like a normal thing, like you get intimidate or charm type options when you're speaking to people, and you may get other options. It's just going to be a roll against your skill level, against whatever thing he's got to resist the intimidate. I'm not going to bother with that right now. It would just be like me to end the game before it even started. Right, I have a question. Yeah, there's something weird when you speak to them, you kind of zoom in, but then when you click the mouse you zoom back out, so it's a little bit disorienting. Right, where am I? You're in the underground cloning facility on the planet Rildan. This is the first conversation that you've ever had. Right, so this will be my response. That's not true, I have memories. Right, so there's memory implants and some kind of limiter technology. Do you have any more questions? Yep, I do. Where am I? No, I've just already asked that one, right? So I must be dreaming. It's all quite real. There's another intimidate option there. Right, let's just get on with it. Right. The first thing you're going to need is a PDA. Go ahead and grab the one on the table. So this will be it here. The game database seems to update with missions. Right, so right click to interact. And the flashing red light is the mission indicator. Right, so right click on this. I burn 3 training points and training chits. Right, so you can keep an eye on this right hand side. It's updating. The quest's updating as it goes along. So just to listen to him, I think. Right, now there's a bunch of stuff to do. Basically, at this stage, you're just getting training. You've woken up with a few memories, you're getting training, and you've got a bunch of optional stuff that you can do. Entertain the crowd. Learn about robots, all that stuff. So basically, yeah, you're in the tutorial area, which will come as absolutely no surprise to any of you. If you miss any of the discussion, obviously you can have a look down here at the bottom left. And it basically records everything that the NPCs are saying. You can probably right click on this and change the settings. Yep. So far everything looks very much like a typical MMO. Right, the remainder of this tutorial is optional, but we recommend you at least complete the firing range and skill imprinting segments. Fair enough, that's exactly what we'll do. Right, so a bunch of training options. Seek training from the trainers. This is a medical sign, obviously. Let's see what this guy says. Right, click on him. Okay, so he's a head cloning officer. Death is a part of life here, okay. Death is only a minor setback, however. So basically speaking, you get killed, you get cloned. Right, so you've got you get a debuff, I guess, if you know, whenever you die, you've got res sickness or whatever you want to call it. A small price to pay indeed. Right, so skill imprinting station. I'm guessing this is a kind of level up type thing then. It will allow you to instantly improve any of your general skills. Choose wisely. Right, and the game database tells you exactly what it's all about. Yeah, so it says here that this reward allows you to upgrade your general skills, but there are other types of SI as well. So skill imprinting, you can get general, different types of skills. Right, so I guess this part's pretty important because it's quite a long... I would read all of that before you go ahead. Right, let's check it out then. Skill imprinting station and skill imprinting. You've got things... You've got quality here, poor, lesser, standard, greater, excellent quality. We got some poor quality skills from 70. So I'm guessing now this is what we used to spend. This 70 points in general skills. And we can spend on, look at the list of skills in this. It does say it's a skill based game, and yeah, there's an awful lot of skills there. Assassination, I like the look of that one. And what we got? Armour, beneficial skills, first aid, diplomacy, that type of thing. Combat skills, obviously enough. All your weapons are in there. Yeah, you'd have to basically have to mouse over all of these to see what they do exactly, and you know, that'll give you an idea if you've got in your head what kind of character you want to make. Stealth, there's a good one. Right, so yeah, general skills. I'm guessing I can only spend points in general. Let's see if that's true. Parrying. Yeah, I can't do anything. If I click on parrying, doesn't seem to be anything I can do. But if I click on acrobatics, which is a general skill, I can allocate my SI to it. Right, so I've got 70, and if you look over here, it says it takes 20 SI points to increase a skill. Each quality increase will require less points, but the poor quality, so 20, that should use up 60 of my 70 general skills, I guess. But I'm not going to put it into acrobatics. I'm going to go with stealth. Right, put one into stealth. And as you can see, it has used 20 of my general skill points. Alright, vehicle control. Tracking, that was an option down here. Yeah, you've already got a tracking. And you've got stealth as well. So you start with tracking and stealth and corpse extraction. Which is basically like skinning and stuff like that. For crafting, I guess. And your auto attack. Or your basic attack. Survival. A reflection of your survival instincts and outdoor prowess. Swimming? Thievery. I like the sound of that. Right, so thievery. But point in that, this is what happens every time I'm given choices. I think I would be better living under some kind of authoritarian regime that tells me how to think and what to do. You can probably tell the character creation. I could just spend all day agonising over these. Right, let's go with acrobatics then. And I was right, I've got 10 left, which I won't be able to spend because it requires 20 for a point. Right, so this looks like more medical stuff in here. Another guy to talk to here. There's a guy lying on a bed. A guy at the back. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Could you help bandage my leg? Not trained, but I can help if you walk me through it. I'll try this one. Right, this card should teach you all you need to know. Here's some bandages. Right, so I've got bandages and a card now. What's a card? You've been given some bandages and a card that will teach you the bandage wound ability. Right, so some kind of memory imprint thing or something. Press the I key to open your inventory. Once open, double click on the card of bandage wound. Right, so that's my training chat. That's my inventory, obviously. Bandages and a card of bandage wound. Okay, so double click. Right, and I got a new skill down the bottom here saying bandage wound. Yep, the ability will appear on your action bar. Click the left mouse button on the private and then press bandage wound. I did a poor job of bandaging the private. No. I'm not really sure what you're expecting, private. Do I look like a doctor to you? That was a free skill though, so I'm guessing there's going to be more of this type of thing in here. So yeah, you're going to have to look everywhere inside this training thing, so you make sure you don't lose out on freebies like this. What's this guy got to say? Medical scanner. In exchange for a training chit or credits. Right, give chit, I have a training chit. So, going to have to make a choice of what you want with these training chits that you were given at the start. I'm not gonna take this yet. I'm gonna have a look around to make sure that there's nothing else I would rather have. So I'm not interested in playing Doctor yet. Right, so basics of revival. This is some other kind of resurrection type thing, maybe. But I'm not going to do that yet. Right, the firing range. You're walking past the firing range to your south. Speak to Staff Sergeant there for a gear issue immediately. Right, let's go and check this guy out then. Right click. Right, so I value my life, Sergeant. Train me. Right, so he wants us to perform some rolls. What are you waiting on? Roll, roll, roll. To dive in a direction, move in that direction and then hit the period key. The period key? What kind of keybind's that? Nobody would use something like that. The period key on your keyboard? That's like miles away from your WASD. I'm gonna have to change that somehow. Right, let's have a look at the key bindings. Right, so you've got dive and directions, and I've set my dive toggle to mouse 5, which is my thumb button on my mouse. This is one that I usually use for like rolls and stuff like that. Play games like Guild Wars 2. It's a very handy one. Right, so if you move in a direction and then... Now this is far better than using the period key on your keyboard. How exactly are you supposed to roll? Yeah, okay, if you're holding down both mouse buttons, you can move like that, yeah? But I think most people will be using WASD, so you want to put your roll somewhere, like, slightly smarter. Look up here. It appears to be using your energy resource every time you roll.
Deeper knowledge, greater power.
What? Right, grab the gear. I successfully rolled, so I have to grab the gear. Right, from this locker. So I've been issued a beam pistol. I almost said a beam laser. I've been playing a lot of Elite, yeah? Beam laser. It's a beam pistol. It's once again, I open the inventory. Or you can mouse over down here, yeah? For your backpack. I just normally keybind I for something like that. You're always going to be opening up your inventory. Double click an item to automatically equip it. Right. Now, fitting beam particle accelerator. This will be this thing. Some kind of socket. Fittings are special items which can be socketed into most weapons or piece of armour to enhance their performance. Right. So hit the C key or click the character icon. C's a good key for me for a keybind, but right now I'm just going to use it to look up my character sheet. Or it's down here. Yeah. So basically you want to drag this onto your pistol. Right, and now I've been given 2 training cards. Here they are. Card of burst fire and card of leg shot. So these cards are your skills that, you know, give you memories or something like that. How to use it. There's some other game that had something like this. I can't remember what it was though. Where you got memories of stuff to plug into your brain. Cannot remember it. Right, so it tells you what these do. Leg shot. You won't be surprised to know that leg shot aims at your target's legs. And this burst fire one, I'm guessing it's going to be just another, you know, a better type of attack. Burst fire is a momentum based special ability, right? So maybe you need to sort of work up before you can use it. You can view your known abilities by clicking the B key. Let's just do that. Right, so here's everything I've got. Pets and bandage wound. The bandage wound one I was obviously given for healing up that private. Commands, a crouch, stand and prone. That's interesting. The general skills are the ones that I took. Stealth and track. I didn't take them, I started with them. Right, so double click on these. Leg shot. Now I've got more abilities now in my action bar. Round about now, I'm starting to think I've got too many abilities on my action bar, so I'll be looking for either to rebind some of these or to add more action bars pretty soon. It's telling me to go to the firing range to the south. There's going to be training bots there. Right, so it's basically you have to shoot at the training bot with the 1 key. And you can try mixing some leg shots and stuff as well. Right, first thing I'm going to do though is key bindings. No wait, I'm gonna... Got to be action bars and interface maybe? Use hover targeting, that sounds good. I'm gonna use that one. I'm guessing that means I don't need to click on something? Yeah, I think that's right. You just need to mouse over maybe? Oh yeah, there's different types of combat as well. There's RPG combat and there's action mode combat. I'm just gonna stick with the default for now though, but I read up on that. It seems quite interesting as well. 2 different ways to fight. Yeah, I need a second action bar. Right, so you can add more action bars here, which is what I've done. One's never enough. I'm probably going to have 3 action bars eventually, but right now 2 will do. Just need to click on that. I'm going to have to rebind these as well, because I don't like using shift modifiers and stuff like that. So, key bindings. So guess hotkey 13, there we go, shift and 1. I'm going to change that to Q. And 14 will be E. And we'll go Z. Sprint is Z. Right, so I'm going to cancel that for now, and I need to find where sprint is. There we go. So set sprint to shift. That's a better key for that, I think. Right, so QE, Z. Now the reason I do this is stuff like, this is a snare obviously. If you mouse over it, you can see at the bottom right what it does. Injured leg and 40% to speed. So this is a snare. If you can shoot somebody with that, then they're going to be slower at getting towards you. And I like those kind of things at my Z key. Stealth can go to Q. And that's not working either because Q is making me rotate. Back into key bindings. Rotate left, any and Q. Let's change this to left arrow. Right arrow. So hopefully now Q will work. It does. Q makes me stealth. This tracking thing, not too bothered about that yet, so we'll move that away. Bandage wound, again, I'm just going to get that away out of my way right now. I want to get set up for combat, which is my attack. I've got this burst fire thing, which I will put to 2, and my leg shot at 3. Now I'm going to stealthily ninja my way towards this training bot. Right, and you mouse over it. Right, so now my leg shot does appear. Keep practicing and try to build up to land a successful burst fire, right? So you can right click or you can press 1 while you're moused over. Now you can see my burst fire icons are available now, so let's try 2. Yeah. What's this? Cover and positions. You're standing in a cover area. Notice the cover percentage printed on your status bar on the upper left hand corner. Right, there we go. 15%. Cover provides you with defensive bonuses while you're behind it. You gain an increased bonus if you're kneeling or lying prone. Right, so you can lower your posture to a kneel or to lie prone by hitting the V key. So V down, F up. Okay. So you can do it in different levels. First one puts you to crouch and then the second one puts you prone. They're both given 30% cover here though. Lower postures improve ranged abilities but they reduce movement speed and leave you more vulnerable to melee damage. Okay, that seems fair enough. Right, now stuff's increasing down here. Handgun tactics. Again, in a skill based game, the more you use the skills, the better you get at it. This is different from like getting experience points from questing and stuff like that. This concept is going to be pretty alien to a lot of people who are used to theme park MMOs, but there's quite a few, I think. There's quite a few sandbox type MMOs that do have this skill based system. Right. Return to the Staff Sergeant now. And I want to get back up. Let's try the sprint. That's pretty fast. Check out my energy. It does come down while you sprint, as you may have thought. Not too fast though, so yeah, you can probably sprint around quite a lot. Okay, you performed well for a first timer. Right, so you can also get training on moving targets. Right, so I'm going to take advantage of that one as well. Right, so an ability enhancement to improve burst fire or leg shot. Similar to training cards, but you've got to make a choice. What did I say about choices? Yeah. Right, so in order to actually use these ability enhancements, you need to right click on... Aha. Right, so you've got some unassigned thing here. When you click on that, you've got a radial wheel for... It's a bit low down. Can I move it up? Yep, we can. Right, so... Bring up a radial wheel to select which type of enhancement you are adding. Select the hexagonal type C. Is that it? Yep. Then drag the penetrate shielding ability enhancement to that slot. Right, so this in my inventory, this is what he gave me. Right, so he gave me a C socket, the hexagonal one, and obviously I need to make this a C socket and then drag this over. Right. Simple enough. And it basically just adds an ability to that shot, at least, yeah, to the leg shot. 4% energy penetration. Right, so that'll do me for my first look at the Repopulation. It certainly piqued my interest. It's nice to play an MMO again. I'm going to bring this to an end though, because I'm trying to get myself disciplined into 30-minute episodes. People don't really want to watch hour-long episodes that some of my elite stuff got, started running into. And I'll continue with the second part in the next video. Thanks for watching.